Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we dive into the latest royal buzz with all the drama and intrigue you love, but always keeping things fair and balanced. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on these captivating stories from the world of royalty. Today, we're talking about a podcast episode that's got everyone chatting. Prince Harry's recent appearance that sparked waves of speculation about his personal life, family dynamics, and future plans. Let's break it down step by step, based on what's been reported in the media. Picture this. It's Los Angeles, January 30th, 2026, and reports suggest Prince Harry appeared in a deeply personal podcast episode aired on Sunday night through SiriusXM Originals and Peacock Live. According to accounts, this was part of a limited series called Unfiltered with Harry, hosted by the ever-entertaining Jimmy Kimmel, who brought his signature mix of humour and depth to the conversation. But what really caught attention was Harry's raw delivery. Some say his voice even trembled at points, as he opened up about themes of loyalty, dignity, and truth. Media outlets report him saying something along the lines of, "This isn't just about entertainment anymore, it's about betrayal, respect, and honesty." Then came the moment that lit up headlines. Harry reportedly mentioned plans for a press event in London this February to discuss his intentions regarding a potential divorce from Meghan Markle. Has this really shifted the narrative around their relationship? It certainly got royal watchers buzzing worldwide. The episode was apparently recorded in a discreet West Hollywood studio on January 26th, just days before it dropped. Descriptions paint Harry in a casual black sweater, noticeably without a wedding ring, sharing his perspective as someone feeling deeply affected and as a dedicated parent navigating tough times. He touched on long circulating whispers that hadn't been addressed by him before. Meghan's reported departure from their Montecito home on January 23rd, along with suggestions she expressed fatigue with maintaining appearances. Some reports speculate the reason might involve a new connection more aligned with her aspirations, possibly someone influential from the Middle East, though details remain unconfirmed. According to these accounts, she didn't name anyone specifically, but described them as wealthy, powerful, and respected, contrasting with life in Hollywood. Harry reportedly described the end of their chapter together in somber terms. There were mentions of late-night calls at unusual hours, like 3 a.m., and unexpected deliveries of luxury items from brands like Cartier, Hermes, and high-end fragrances, initially thought to be brand partnerships. But on the night of her reported exit, some say Harry recounted her explaining, "Those aren't from sponsors, they're from him. He envisions me representing his world, offering a fresh kind of princess status in today's landscape." How might this have felt in the moment? It's the kind of detail that pulls at heartstrings and keeps viewers hooked. Further reports suggest Harry shared Meghan's alleged views on the British monarchy, portraying it as outdated, exclusive, and challenging. She supposedly said something like, "I'm done playing Duchess for a family without elegance." Harry's emotional response was palpable, with accounts noting his hands shaking as he whispered, it wasn't the alleged unfaithfulness that hurt most. It was hearing Archie repeat phrases to Lilibet that seemed rehearsed. Moments like these raise questions about the impact on family life. How do children navigate such public scrutiny? As the conversation reportedly deepened, Harry discussed growing tensions at home. Some media claims include instances where his influence in the US was questioned among friends, with the industry seen as drawn to compelling stories rather than past traumas. There were also speculations about financial comparisons to a potential new partner's properties in places like Monaco, Dubai, and Paris. Post-holidays, reports suggest a phone was temporarily held to protect contacts from possible monitoring. When asked by Kimmel about feeling secure, Harry allegedly replied, "Emotionally, not at all. I felt like an outsider in my own home, more like a backdrop than a partner or parent." Toward the end, the talk turned to legal aspects. Harry confirmed, per reports, that his attorney, James L. Stanford, filed preliminary papers in Los Angeles Superior Court on January 29th, seeking primary custody of Archie and Lilibet, along with an equitable division of assets. Citing California Family Codes 4320 and 760, his team reportedly plans to argue points around trust in marriage, possible emotional distance, and his role as the primary caregiver, supported by records from schools, nannies, and communications. Meghan didn't appear on the podcast, but Harry reportedly shared what he recalled as her final words. "I don't want the children, your name, or the complications. You can manage them and any support needs." He noted changes like redirecting mail, freezing shared accounts, and transferring brand elements from Archewell to a new Dubai-based entity under her name. By January 30, legal teams had exchanged documents, with Meghan's side, led by Laura Melrose, reportedly declining initial settlements and opting for court on finances, while not contesting custody. A move some experts find intriguing, possibly strategic or reflective of priorities. Harry was quoted as saying, "She's focused on the brand side." How will this play out? It's a question keeping audiences engaged. As people digest these podcast insights from January 28th, a bigger picture emerges in reports, one unfolding in courtrooms rather than headlines. This has prompted experts from the UK and US to weigh in on potential implications for the Duke of Sussex and Meghan Markle, exploring not just a relationship shift, but changes in their shared public image. Post-episode, Harry's legal team reportedly filed an initial divorce petition in Los Angeles County Superior Court on January 29. While early stage, it allegedly highlights themes of abandonment, emotional strain, and loyalty. Under California Code 760, assets from marriage are generally split evenly, but invoking 4320 could allow considerations of impact, caregiving, and other factors in support and division. A reported excerpt from the filing notes: the petitioner, Prince Harry, has been the primary caregiver for the children over the past 6 months, while the respondent has stepped back from home, parenting, and financial matters. In summary, Harry is reportedly pursuing full custody of 7-year-old Archie and 4-year-old Lilibet, citing expressed disinterest in raising them amid royal challenges. In the podcast, he recalled January 23, when Meghan allegedly said, "You can keep them, Harry. I've carried this role long enough. I'm not a caregiver or advisor, not part of that world anymore." That night, she reportedly packed, declined security, and took a private flight from Burbank to Dubai via Paris, met by associates linked to a Middle Eastern prominent family. Meghan's team hasn't challenged the timeline, but issued a statement on January 30 per reports. Our client chooses not to engage with speculation. She's looking ahead and will address legal matters appropriately. Based on documents and financial analyses, their joint assets include the Montecito estate, valued at $14 million, with an $11.8 million mortgage, remaining Netflix funds of $6 million from an original $18 million deal, $1.2 million from a paused Spotify contract, Archewell, valued at around $4.5 million, currently under review, and luxury items worth $2.8 million. Harry reportedly views some of these as personal gifts, while Meghan's side sees them as business-related. A comment from Stanford to media: bringing home high-value items without explanation and later tying them to a relationship can feel deeply hurtful. After deductions, liquid assets are estimated below $3.5 million, with Harry eyeing part for a UK property if relocation is approved. In the podcast closing, Harry reportedly surprised listeners. "If the Crown blocks our safe return, I might have to place Archie and Lilibet in neutral care, while seeking support from Meghan as I fight for stability." Kimmel probed if it was earnest, and Harry replied, "It's the only option left. They've taken much from me. I'm not exaggerating." Some see this as a bold statement that could encourage behind-the-scenes discussions under California law. Timeline highlights: January 29 filing, February 12 mediation, March 18 custody hearing, April 1 financial session. Analysts draw parallels to past royal divorces like Charles and Diana, but with unique modern twists, one stepping away from tradition, the other possibly seeking reconnection. While Harry's podcast grabbed headlines after January 28th, reports point to a quieter international storyline. Meghan's departure from Montecito has been described as deliberate, with connections to Middle Eastern influence and efforts to reshape her public role. Aviation records reportedly show a Qatar-affiliated Gulfstream G650 departing Burbank on January 23rd evening, routing to Paris, then Abu Dhabi. Eyewitness accounts mention Meghan with security, luggage, and an individual in traditional clothing referred to as Mr. Al-R. Soon after, Middle Eastern publications featured her at Dubai's Royal Emirates Club, an elite venue. Sources speculate involvement with a Bahrain royal family member, someone Western-educated and focused on cultural influence. Unverified audio clips have surfaced, with Meghan allegedly referring to her host as a true prince, not one needing media to matter. Another purported snippet: "The UK left me with nothing but headlines. Here, I can build title, respect, and opportunity. A princess beyond old boundaries." This has led to talks of Meghan transitioning toward diplomatic and philanthropic roles in the Gulf, perhaps advocating for global issues under new patronage. Before the podcast, her team reportedly registered domains like Sapphire Crescent Initiative, House of Light Foundation, and Beyond Titles through a Dubai agency known for rebranding figures. Insiders suggest preparations for a women's empowerment effort across the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Bahrain, funded privately. The goal? Moving past previous narratives to a position of influence where discretion and connections count. In the 48 hours post-podcast, articles in outlets like Al Jazeera English, Arab News, and Vogue Arabia highlighted Meghan as someone reclaiming agency after challenges, bridging cultures, and championing women's voices. These pieces avoided direct mentions of Harry, the children, Archewell, or earlier interviews, emphasizing forward-looking partnerships. When BBC asked about family omissions, a publicist reportedly said, "This isn't about personal conflicts, it's legacy, culture, and global synergy." Buckingham Palace hasn't issued official statements, but aides have reportedly expressed concern over these developments, with King Charles III briefed on Meghan's potential Gulf engagements dating back to November 2025. Some insiders describe it as a reversed Diana approach, leveraging networks for new prestige. One anonymous source noted, "It's more than personal, it could influence royal dynamics geopolitically." As reports of Meghan's new alliances grow, questions arise about Harry's position amid financial and legal pressures. Was the podcast a way to share his side? He reportedly ended with, "She may think she's moving on, but I have the truth, and the children deserve to know it eventually." This clash spans continents and perspectives, one of openness and healing, another of ambition and reinvention. If the reported fallout between Harry and Meghan has global ripples, the deepest questions surround Archie and Lilibet. How might young lives be affected in such a high-profile separation, potentially influencing royal traditions and international custody standards? Harry's podcast comments about possibly placing the children in temporary care if return to the UK is denied have shocked observers. He reportedly said, "I'm not threatening, I'm asking. If I can't parent them safely in my home country, I may need to arrange neutral support until I can." This raises eyebrows, as California courts might interpret it as a guardianship shift, uncommon without clear instability. Under Family Code 3001, custody is equal unless factors like unfitness or abandonment apply. Harry's reported arguments include the January 23 exit without formal care transition, statements suggesting reluctance to co-parent, and lack of contact since, per logs. These are set for review in an emergency petition on March 18, 2026, before Judge Maria Sanchez. A poignant podcast moment. Harry shared Archie echoing phrases like, "Why no castle? You're a sad prince without a kingdom," said with innocent laughter. Lilibet reportedly repeated, "Mummy says daddy is a problem." The children withdrawing during stories, asking about a real prince, led Harry to say, "They're being shaped in real time. I'm advocating for their custody and sense of self." Meghan's team filed on January 30th, reportedly not contesting full custody if Harry handles state-required obligations. This has puzzled experts, unusual for a public figure to step back without visitation plans. Attorney Lindsay Raw noted, "It could indicate focus elsewhere or a broader plan." At the palace, Prince William is reportedly quiet, offering no immediate support until legal clarity. Princess Anne is said to be understanding of the children's situation, but mindful of cross-border issues. Relocating without mutual agreement could invoke the Hague Convention, especially if residency changes occur. Harry's motion reportedly seeks sole relocation rights, citing his primary role since late 2025, absence in key decisions, and disinterest. If granted, a UK move could happen by May 2026. Public sentiment is evolving. A YouGov UK poll from January 30 shows 61% favouring Harry for custody, 72% viewing Meghan's reported path as challenging for the dual citizen children, and only 11% agreeing with no support or visits. Online communities share supportive stories for Harry. For Meghan, reports suggest the children represent a concluded phase. For Harry, they're central to his world. He reportedly said, "If I fail to protect them from this, I don't deserve the family legacy. Not for departing, but for how it's unfolded." Amid emotional discussions and custody focus, a subtler financial narrative unfolds in reports, examining the shared ventures of Harry and Meghan, from Archewell's reported hurdles to asset reviews that could shape their paths forward. Archewell, launched in 2020 as a platform for positive change, faced reported challenges by 2025, including regulatory questions and filing delays. A November 14, 2025 memo from California authorities allegedly cited non-compliance, leading to operational pauses. On December 7, 2025, a bank account was reportedly frozen pending review of $4.2 million in donations from Dubai sources connected to Meghan's network. Audits have flagged items like $6 million in project allocations without documentation, $850,000 in wellness expenses involving luxury brands, and $400,000 to an entity without clear licensing. Journalist Fiona Cutler's report mentions 2 advisors resigning over transparency concerns and unapproved commitments. As of January 31, the foundation is under ongoing scrutiny, with donations halted and partners pausing ties. Harry's legal side reportedly argues funds were redirected from joint efforts to individual initiatives, potentially breaching spousal duties under Code 721. Stanford commented, "Built on shared history, but possibly shifted toward personal goals like branding and networking." The filing includes a $1.2 million transfer to a Dubai venture pre-departure, billed travel as diplomatic, and a $95,000 purchase via a shared account. Meghan's team counters these as valid for expansion. Analysts note her financial stability may depend on emerging Gulf partnerships, which could influence court views on equity. The Montecito home, bought in 2020 for $14.6 million, carries an $11.8 million loan in near default due to missed payments, plus $43,000 in taxes. Harry reportedly seeks to sell and use $2.1 million equity for a Surrey property if kids' move is approved. What's really in play? Control of the story. Reports frame Meghan's Middle East shift as personal growth. Others see it as strategic timing. Stanford suggested awareness of Archewell issues influenced decisions. Harry advocates for a public audit, with a draft due April 1, 2026. Polls like Morning Consult show 67% in the US supporting an Archewell review, 73% favouring Harry oversight of assets, and 58% believing the exit impacts credibility. Once a beacon of change, it's now part of broader discussions on legacy in transitions. As February begins, the reported unravelling reaches new heights. From probed finances to escalating custody, with reputations on the line, hinting at an unavoidable royal turning point. The first hearing is slated for March 18, 2026, in LA Superior Court under Judge Maria Sanchez. Meghan's participation is unclear. Harry's team says he'll attend, with a February 14th London press conference at Clarence House to outline divorce steps, custody aims, Archewell audit requests, and a possible limited royal roll return. Leaked remarks end. I steps away for peace. I'm returning for clarity. The children deserve resolution, not ongoing tension. From a Dubai residence, Meghan remains low-key, with her lawyers planning a February 15 response denying financial impropriety, emphasising dual heritage for the kids without disputes, and framing the Gulf move as service-oriented. What started as a fresh take on royalty now appears fractured in reports. Archewell under review, the home at risk, children in transition, and the partnership taking geopolitical turns. For Harry, it might be a journey toward reconciliation. For Meghan, a new chapter abroad. For observers, it's the close of a vibrant era. As Harry reportedly told Kimmel, this isn't about triumph, it's surviving honourably, ensuring the future is grounded in reality, not pretense. February could mark the next act in this compelling story.